At the beginning of each monthly publication that the Pinewood staff works on, we start by having the writers come up with 2 to 3 article ideas. We like to have everyone pitch in with ideas to make sure everyone is writing about topics that they are passionate about. We have a meeting where we discuss ideas and fine-tune them so they fit each section and are related to Pinewood somehow. We really try to emphasize the fact that we are the only Pinewood news outlet, so our articles should be primarily about Pinewood to relay the best information to the Pinewood community. When I'm thinking about ideas for the sports section, I like to think about a news article which will update the community about COVID restrictions and such, which is really important right now. Some features on a specific person or story that needs reporting, and perhaps a more personal piece where one of my writers can share their opinion about a situation related to Pinewood sports. I brainstorm a lot of ideas before we end up with 4 well-thought-out articles for my section, which has 4 writers. I want to make sure that all Pinewood-related stories are covered with detail in my section, so I make sure to describe specifically what the article should include. This takes me to the next part of the process, where we assign articles to the writers with brief descriptions on who they should interview and what they should cover. From there, the writers get to writing.
Next, we start the process of developing our actual articles. I usually start by gathering information and setting up interviews. For gathering information, I start with just a very broad Google search on my topic to get a feel for what kind of information is out there. After I get my bearings on my topic, I start to dive into specific websites and gather stats or other useful information. For interviewing, I usually try to reach out to my interviewees early via email or text to make sure they're okay with doing an interview and to get a feel for what their schedule is. If they're okay with the interview, then I follow up and schedule a time to get the interview done. As far as writing, I usually start with a rough outline so I have a vague idea of what I want to say, but I mostly just kind of jump right into the first draft. I like to have my first draft be kind of just a stream of consciousness to get my thoughts down, and then afterwards, I start to refine it and cut out information or add in other information. I try to space out writing my drafts by a few days so I can come back to it with fresh thoughts and a clear mind each time. After I'm happy with my article, it then goes through another round of editing by a section editor, which Owen will talk about.
Finally, once rough drafts are finished, we begin our editing process. Once a writer finishes their rough draft, they'll give the article to a copy editor, who will read through and look for mistakes in things like grammar, word choice, and style. After that, a section editor will look through and make more content-based revisions, leaving comments suggesting ways to improve the article. The writer will then make edits based off of those comments, and then pass the article on to either me or Eva, the editors-in-chief. One of us will look through and make some small final changes, and then pass it on to Ms. Wetzel for approval. Once she approves it, then the section editor will lay it out in Adobe Spark using photos and illustrations made by members of our visual team. The article then gets published to our website, and that's the end of our monthly issue.